Good afternoon and hello. My name is Dolly Hiller and I'm your host today for the webinar Pause with NPSA. It's our webinar for veterans. As I said, my name is Dolly Hiller and I am your host. Pause stands for Puppies Assisting Wounded Service Members. And NPSA stands for the National PTSD Service Association. I'm delighted. I know, Sandra, you're recording this as well, and you share with the audience that we're going to be providing these webinars on a regular monthly basis. But I wanted to share with my audience who you are. You are the founder and president of the National PTSD Service Association, which is just awesome. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. I appreciate it. I wanted our audience to also know that this is being recorded, the webinar. So in case they would like to have a link available, it will be made available upon request. We have 2 hashtags that we formed for the webinar, and I'm sure we're going to have many more in the future, but these are hashtag pause NPSA and hashtag NPSA SRQ. I also want to share that at the end of the webinar, we're going to offer a special discount offer for those that are part of the webinar. And you have to stay till the end in order to receive that secret special code that we'll be providing at the end of the webinar. We have also a brief 1-minute survey we would love for you to participate in. I thought I would just give you a little bit of information about myself. I've worked over 20 years in public relations, focusing my media relations background in helping startups, introducing startups, nonprofits into the regional and national markets. I've also had a special interest helping pet brands. I've worked, connect with veterans as well, by the way. I've worked with Purina, Pause for Patriots, a very similar nonprofit organization like yours, Sandra, and they're out of Rockwell, Texas. I've worked with the American Kennel Club, the AKC, and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, the ASPCA. And I'm now sharing my passion with veterans, helping them with PTSD, and with you, Sandra, and your amazing organization. So I just wanted to do, a little housekeeping, share a little background about who I am, so the audience can feel a little bit more connected. Okay, so I am so thrilled to be working with Sandra. So Sandra, you have an amazing, amazing background in real estate. This lady is so successful in Sarasota County, brilliant. And I know you're very busy working right now in real estate, starting a different division of your company. And Mark, a very accomplished retired U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, wonderful man. And he does wealth. He's a wealth investor. I don't know, you can explain further, Sandra. I don't want to say the wrong things, but I want to know, why did you guys want to form this nonprofit when you just have outstanding backgrounds and careers already?
Thank you for saying that, but Mark and I are both of the belief system that if we've benefited from something that's handsomely enriched our lives, how can we duplicate that for others who are experiencing some of our similar situations? And we've applied that in business, and we know the power of duplication, and we know the power of when you have a mission and a passion. So in 2016, we took what we learned from developing this first service dog that might be in some of our pictures, Allie Lamb. That's her AKC name. She's a full-blooded Belgian Malinois. And we are providing that opportunity for other veterans and first responders with PTSD. Now, Mark's PTSD is not at the level of severity of where these dogs that we're providing for veterans can and will address. It's 100% effective. And that was his experience, Bill. So talk more about the PAWS bill, because people want to know about this high criteria.
Definitely. Can I maybe circle back a little bit and talk about how PTSD is a related suicide that is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. Now that's, to me, when I read that, I couldn't believe it.
Well, with veterans and first responders, they already have healthcare providers that are continually assessing that. But you and I are living in a time on earth where post-traumatic stress disorder, and our trainers work with children, adults, that our best practices have been formed over 40 years. And we are finding a time right now where this is the best option for somebody who's experiencing PTSD to have a highly trained service dog, and our trainers can do that. It doesn't fit in to our charity, but we know from our 501c3, because it is a disability, we can provide that service as a health and welfare benefit for suicide prevention. Definitely. Startling numbers, as you have well documented in what you just said. And I think the number is only going to go up, and this is a solution that works for everyone if they're willing to take the steps and understand what a service dog does. That's what the PAWS bill clearly defines. We really like to dig into this subject because it says a lot, doesn't it, Dolly?
Oh, totally, totally. And, you know, the beauty about your organization is that you are just right now working with veterans from Charlotte County to Hillsborough County. But I know that you guys have plans for expanding across the country.
Absolutely, across the country, because dog trainers around the country have been shut down. There are whole communities that have been shut down, but we have not been shut down. Thank you for how we have handled this, where we're a great resource. And so what brings us today to be talking, to be chatting, to be having this, our first webinar, is the Puppies Assisting Wounded Service Members Act of 2019. And this is a wonderful bill that was introduced by John Rutherford, Congressman John Rutherford, on June 5th, 2019. I believe it was passed quite quickly in the Congress, like they passed it right away. And then it was moved to the Senate. However, there was this waiting period, you know, and you're going to talk more about that, what's happening because of COVID-19. But what the PAWS Act does is that it is a bill that provides grant programs to veterans that are in need of a service dog. They provide grants that automatically at $10,000 or $25,000, and you're going to talk more about that, which I know. So I'm going to now hand the floor over to you, Sandra, because you know more about where we're at with the PAWS bill. The nice thing about the PAWS bill is it sets a high standard and a high bar for accountability. And it came about from the collaboration of the dog trainers and organizations around the United States that have set that high bar and have 100% success rate. 100% success rate with the recipient and 100% success rate with the dog. So the wide range of budget for the dog, it also addresses the wide range of PTSD that we will be involved with. Some people will have very severe medical issues that come about because of this, and the extra training and the extra scent work that that dog needs. Where we are is this has not been funded. That's okay, we're used to that, right? As a game changer for all of us, it's okay, because we have got a situation where we've got dog trainers now and a budget of only $7,500 a dog, between 2 to 4 months of training, where we're remarkably different than other disability programs. Is there is no fostering these dogs. These dogs are matched up early on with the recipient, and we talk about that in the PAWS bill. The dog has to be matched up with the recipient, and because the whole family's involved, it is not a family dog, but the dog is with the family for a very, very long time. That matchup process takes a lot of acumen, it takes a lot of expertise, whether it's a specific puppy from a bloodline, whether we can, and we like to, and we can work with rescue breed types that fall in the line of what's appropriate for a disability that addresses a disability.
Yeah, that's
wonderful. So the dog is in someone's house. This is the most asked question I get as a realtor. These dogs are in your home. So remember, homeowners insurance is covered. You will not be able to get homeowners insurance on what insurers have deemed dogs that are not insurable. This is insurance criteria, so it's not going to be a Doberman. Although there are some Dobermans that have worked for people. It's not going to be a Doberman, American Stafford Terrier, or Pit Bull, whatever label you want to put it. It's not going to be one of those dogs. It's not going to be a Rottweiler. So for the dogs, the herding breed type dogs that work very well, are already wonderful dogs to have in your home. These matchups mean this is a specific puppy or a specific rescue that works well with that family. We analyze whether that family has a cat, whether they have a hamster. I have chickens. So in my family, these dogs, our dog, Allie, goes everywhere with my husband and is in the yard with the chickens, with the cat, with, with the tiny little dog, our environment. That's appropriate for our household, and we have a yard. And recently, and I know I'm taking a little more time than I really
that's
want
okay.
in
This is
explaining this.
important. Very important.
Recently, with some recipients of ours that did not have a fenced yard, Home Depot partnered with us and they built that recipient
That's
a
right.
fence.
Yes.
Well, we had HNY step up and get that fence installed as soon as the product was delivered, all because of the PAWS bill setting a very high standard, safety standard for the dog, for the family, and also those recipients being vetted at that level. They love it because it's different. This is not a dog in the grocery cart that you're going to take around the park or in the store. This dog is making a difference in that person's life. The appropriate response, right, is if you have a service dog, our recipients get a practices in the little towns in Sarasota, Manatee, in Hillsborough County. They get to go out and practice with their dogs.
So I thought I would share with our audience a little bit about the training fields and the different partners that you work with, the different training facilities, I should say. And I wanted to share this training facility that you were just at this past weekend, so everyone can see. Joe is an outstanding trainer. You've been working with Joe for a long time?
I met Joe Gallen through some other outstanding trainers, and he's also an outstanding competitor. So this environment, Tony Frizzell's House Frizzell in Sarasota, she's an outstanding breeder of German Shepherd dogs, and they've been collaborating for years.
And then here's just a brief video with Europro's K9. And what I thought was interesting is that you had shared with me that a lot of military that are deployed leave their dogs there. I thought that was just amazing.
Europro K9 has been working and training dogs of this caliber for over 40 years. So if you are a high level person deployed and that service and your dog is not going with you on this deployment, this is one of the places in the United States that this dog will be well cared for and kept at that level.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Just a quick recap on the webinar, our brief discussion we've had today, and of course, we're going to be continuing moving forward, is that you do provide grants and financial assistance for qualified veterans, adhering to the PAWS Act of 2019. You match qualified veterans with trained service dogs to fit their emotional and physical needs. And it was just wonderful how you basically said that you guys identify immediately the type of breed and perhaps what the person is experiencing. You make sure that they're carefully matched. And there was something else that you guys are also part of Amazon Smile and GuideStar. And those are two very prestigious organizations to be connected to. So can you share briefly about Amazon Smile and GuideStar?
Well, when you shop on Amazon, you can choose to donate. And when you go into Amazon Smile, our name is there, National PTSD Service Association. So qualifying products that you buy on Amazon, when you buy it through Amazon Smile, it enables you to give that qualified product donation to us as a foundation, and they send us a check for that. It's very nice.
Oh, that is nice. That's nice. And GuideStar, I know that's a prestigious kind of rating system for a nonprofit. Maybe you can share a little bit about GuideStar.
Well, when you do all your appropriate 990 filings, your state filings, and because we have had an outreach from minute one all around the United States, the level of accountability that we've held ourselves at the very beginning.
Oh, that's awesome. That is fantastic. So I thought we did our recap a little bit there, but I thought now I would share with our viewing audience about the special promo code, which is MPTSD Teresa 122. All you have to do is email us at ptsd.assistance@gmail.com and put in the subject line the promo code, and we'd be happy to speak with you and redeem that special offer. Once again, we will be the second or the third Friday of every month having a webinar. And you can find out more about the webinar, future webinars, on our Facebook page. Visit us at National PTSD Service Association.org. Follow us on Facebook. We're very active on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then there is our phone number. So I thought I would also share with our viewing audience a very, very quick survey link with everybody. And if they wouldn't mind just taking the survey, that would be wonderful. Without further ado, I think we're at the conclusion of our first webinar.
Excellent.